दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
प्रकृति के भी 5 खिलाड़ी हैं और माया के भी 5 खिलाड़ी। अच्छी तरह से जानते हो ना 10 को ही जानते हो। खिलाड़ी क्या करेंगे? खेल के बिना रहेंगे क्या? तो कभी कोई खिलाड़ी सामने आ जाता, कभी कोई आ जाता। आजकल भी पुरानी दुनिया में खेल देखने के बहुत शौकीन है ना। कितना प्यार से खेल देखते हैं। संगम युगी ब्रह्मांड आत्माएं वो पुरानी दुनिया वाले और आप संगम युगी आत्माएं। खेल देखना एंजॉय करना है या घबराना है? घबराना होता है नहीं ना। कोई गिरता है, कोई गिराता है, लेकिन खेल देखने वाले को गिरना देख भी मजा आता और विजय प्राप्त करता हुआ देख भी मजा आता। ये भी बहुत बड़ा खेल है। सब आसन को नहीं छोड़ो बस। कितना भी कोई हिलाए लेकिन आप शक्तिशाली आत्माएं हिल नहीं सकते। बच्चे मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti. Purity, deities of manners. Royal souls who are complete with the personality of purity are called deities of manners, Sabhyata ki Devi. They are speaking, seeing, walking, eating and drinking, standing and sitting. Manners and truth is visible through their every action. So look at yourself in the mirror of knowledge. Is this spiritual royalty and manners visible on my face and in my activity? Or is my face and activity ordinary? Om Shanti. And the point for Dadiji, an image of truthfulness and cleanliness. Dadiji liked honesty a lot. She pleased the Lord with her honest heart and claimed a right to his throne. Her true heart, simple nature cooled the heart and head of all of us. Because of truthfulness and cleanliness, Dadiji's face never showed any signs of fatigue. Her head never became hot. Her face always smiled like a flower. Dadi always remained clean and clear, never saw any trace of arrogance in her, never heard her saying words with the consciousness of I. This is mine. Never saw this attachment. There was no ego of any kind left in Dadi. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 29. The greatness of purity, purity, deities of manners. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Everyone's is cheerful, right? Smiling. That should be easy, right? Whatever is in our awareness, it becomes very natural to have that expression, right? If there is truth, complete truth inside. So definitely there is contentment. And then contentment creates cheerfulness. Baba had been saying in many Murlis, look at the world as a game, as a play. There is difference between play and game, right? In play, there are actors. In the game, there are players. In the play, each one of us have to remember what's my part. Whatever is my part, my role, I have to play it very decently. Right? But in game, there is defeat, victory. And Baba is talking about 10 players. You all know 10 players, right? 5 players, 5 elements. Sometimes there could be a lot of floods. Sometimes there could be storms. Many different calamities, natural calamities. But also in the body, to have total balance of all 5 elements. That alignment of elements in the body also keeps the body healthy. You know, Ayurvedic, what they do is to check what is more in your body and what is less. But then 5 vices, players of Maya. And they are like very cunning, very clever. They come in a very, very royal way, sometimes gently, sometimes in a strong way. One time we were in a meeting and there was little bit of strong argument amongst some souls. So that the Gulzar next day when meeting began, gave Baba's message and said, when you play badminton or anything, you try to hit, right? Both sides try to play and try to hit. So same is, it's all right. Sometimes even the words become like a badminton, right? You say, then other person say, then you respond, then other person respond. But then it's over, no? Don't take to the heart, right? It's over, just smile. Past is past, no? This such beautiful Murli we heard about Holi. Because I am really kind of paying a lot of attention. When it's past, it's done, it's over. So many people, situations, the way they were maybe 2 weeks ago or 1 month, there's complete change. And I'm so surprised there is so much change. But if I still staying same as it was 1 month ago, because that's why, like when Baba said that yes, souls change. You cannot just say this one is like that. Because there's a lot of transformation happening, lot. So seeing everything either as a scene of drama or as a part of the game, enjoy. Baba is saying enjoy. Enjoy the game. Don't get stressed. We have to make it real, right? And also the greatness of purity in our behavior, our interaction with others. Loving, respectful. Baba is saying whether any action you're doing, very simple actions, there should be that royalty, there should be that divinity. Just allow and emerge that awareness of your deity form, golden aged form. And in your inner silence and stillness, be that image. Really, you will like it, even for a while. But then when you do it for a short time, you will be able to do full day also. Baba is saying you're walking, you're talking, you're speaking. Whatever you are doing should be very royal. Royal sanskars. I had been interacting with many, many souls. And I'm really admiring that how they look beautiful because of their royalty of purity. When I went to India at airport, suddenly it was at Udaipur airports, sisters came and few students, they say, oh, first time you have landed with your new role. So they brought few things, but the way they packed everything, the way they gave everything, even the flowers, everything was so royal. When we make tolis for Baba, you see in a royal way. If you see the containers of bhog, we keep them very clean, very sparkling. So this royalty actually are our original sanskars. And of course, as we say, truth and cleanliness. It's so simple, right, to speak truth. It's so complicated if you don't. Because then you have to prove so many things. You have to prove this one, say this thing. We don't need all that, right? Just simple, very serene nature. So some of the qualities which is we are talking about Dadiji's, I think in this month of August, greatness of purity, royal personality, I think that we should keep in our mind and continue with these thoughts so that we can become the practical image, which definitely becomes praiseworthy and worship worthy. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Sister Mohini.
Om Shanti.
At the beginning of August, in that first Murli, I think it was the first Sunday, Baba told us that we should keep a chart on contentment for 30 days. And I've been doing it. And now that we're coming at the end of August, I thought to myself, gosh, if I were to choose 4 Brahmins and go to them and ask them if they're contented with me, who would those 4 Brahmins be? 4 members of the family. And I could not come up with 4 that I was confident enough would give me that certificate. And I was shocked that I don't have the confidence to go to 4 Brahmins and they would give me this certificate. So as I was thinking, I was also thinking of you because I'm having these chit chats with you. And I thought, who would be the 4 people? I began to think of 4 people in your life that gave you that certificate of contentment. And so I'm going to ask you about these 4 people because They are people, they are great souls who entered your life. And as you've been talking about purity, I realize that purity is not something that really you can make effort for, but someone inspires in you purity, and it kind of transcends you into greatness. And once you have that experience, even if it's for a second or a moment, it's up to you to sustain it. But I don't think initially you could make the effort for purity. Someone has to inspire it in you and you transcend. So I'm going to ask you, these 4 people in your life, 3 of them you would expect, but 1 of them you won't expect for me to ask you about. But I had a great deal of love for him, and I had a great deal of respect for him. And I know he played a great role in our lives when we first went to India. And that's Dada Gopal. And Dada Gopal is Sister Mohini's uncle. And he worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Delhi. And he was an extremely, when you talk about the deity of manners, he embodied it. So when I was thinking, who is the deity of manners that I would give that certificate to, I thought suddenly Dada Gopal came to mind. He comes to my mind now and then, but today he came strongly. So I want to ask you that, maybe I'm going to use the word how, but you could also take it as what. How did Dada Gopal inspire in you? And I think this is what he inspired in you, the purity of purpose in your Brahmin life.
Okay, many questions, right? So once we were traveling in India for a conference in UP, I think. I don't remember exact city. And when I reached there, suddenly I got very sick. So I was very sick physically, so they had to call doctor. So Chandramani Dadi came to see me. She looked at me and she said, "Oh, you are really goddess of contentment," because I was not showing, like on my face and complaining or worry about that evening I had a talk. So I still remember the way when she said it. And I somehow or other took it as blessing. And then when I met Brahma Baba, I cannot imagine, I cannot forget those few moments when I felt purity. It was so much like somebody has taken every impurity from me, like, just Baba's drishti. So why I am repeating it, because that's what Baba wants us, that our purity should also help others or inspire others of that purity, even if it's incognito. Actually, it was Didi, Dada Gopal, who told Didi Mohini that she can serve in foreign countries. So Didi told me, and I said that it was a very big center and only a year or 2. So Didi, how will I live? How will they manage? She didn't tell me that who told her. But I was surprised that how, even seeing that how important it was for me to be there. But for him, like, he always thought about yagya, he always thought about service. And once Geeta Ben was in bed and I had to go and give talk. So I said, maybe I should stay and take care of her. He said, what you have to do, go and give talk, we cannot do. But what we have to do here, or you will do, we can do it. So the way he will be very loving, but make us also very detached and always get us focused on the purpose, in the sense of what our life is about, what is dedication, what is commitment. And so there are many, many stories with, I don't know, even he was aware he was doing it, but at least I was very much seeing incognito way how he is inspiring us, all the young ones, to remain very, very dedicated. And of course, his love for Yagya was so much. When we have love for Yagya, Baba will use you, make you an instrument to do many, many things, many things. And that's what I used to notice with him, that many big things were just done. So yeah, definitely his many acts and the way he told us kept us very inspired to remain committed to our purpose.
And he was so important. He was like a VIP, but yet his entire demeanor was very simple and humble. And his vision for all the sisters were like they were deities, they were goddesses. Very incredible, isn't he?
Because Baba talks of IAS, no? And that is Indian Administrative. During British time was ICS, Indian Civil Service. After independence, they changed it to Indian Administrative Service. And that exam you only can give up to age of 26, because they say after that your intellect is not same. That means you have to pass that exam. And in that exam, you have to read every book of the world, means you need to know everything. So he gave exam when he was 26 and he passed with honor. His intellect was like, Shantiben inherited little bit too. But then when he became IS, you become a IS officer immediately. So he's 27 now and he's that officer. But, he was very humble in a way that, but then when he came in knowledge, means he got knowledge, he was like with his little cards everywhere. He will just keep giving message. And we went to many embassies, we went to many diplomats, some of them went to Madhuban. So was a very wonderful soul.
Yeah, he was. And of course, the father of Sister Shanti. Sister Mohini, so you got that certificate from Dada, and so you passed. And he was tough. He wouldn't have given you that certificate just like that. You had to fulfill that purpose. The second person that gave you the certificate was Dadiji. So what did Dadiji inspire in you? And I'll tell you what I think she inspired in you. She inspired in you the purity of trust. How did she do that, Sister Mohini, that today the whole Yagya trusts you? You became worthy of the trust of the whole Yagya. And that is why you are playing the role you're playing now. And that's a hard certificate to get, the trust of the whole Yagya. What did Daddy inspire in you? What was that purity of trust?
I definitely say that Dadi's purity of trust, but Dadi's trust, not only one Dadi, but every Dadi. There was Golden Jubilee, there were 50 Dadis and few Dadas on the stage. And so interesting that some of us had to go to each one. And I felt so much, not only their love, but, trust, as I said. There were lot of trust from not only Dadi Marka, Prakashmani Dadi, but in general also. I think that when there is that trust, it's, like makes you feel very committed, makes you feel that I must do what I should be doing in the sense of taking responsibility. So I think that, yeah, I always admire their trust in me. Even Dadi Janki or Dadi Gulzar, definitely we had very personal relationship, very close friendship since Delhi when we were together, and even Jagdish Bhai. So whenever there was any, complicated situation, Dadi Gulzar will call me and say, what would you do if you were in this situation? And whenever there is any investigation, something, Jagdish Bhai will call me. We have given your name. They will come and inquire. So I thought, like they are just trusting me that I will give right answers to inquiries, or I will give the right solution. Even in Madhuban, once, not very long ago, there was a situation, and Dadi Gulzar said, "What would you do if you would have been here?" So that kind of trust. And I know that I honestly just look at everything and connect with Baba. And some or other, it works. It works. Whether it's finding solution, helping people. So I think that I had been telling Baba that at least my health should remain consistent so that I can serve more. Even like today or yesterday, a big conference on media has begun. So I sent the message. But on one side, so much is happening, and I'm sitting here and doing tapasya. So it's in contrast, right? But I thought that maybe that's what is needed for Yagya. That's why I'm not there, because then I would also be sitting on stage and for hours, and here, whatever time I have, as many times during day, I just try to be with Baba and send lots of love and good wishes for everyone there. So your question is very relevant, and I will think more. But as I'm speaking, I could feel that how much trust was there. And that trust made me trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I always tell everyone, that we are trusted, but we have to accept it too.
Mm.
I will trust someone, but that soul has to accept that trust and become trustworthy, which is very important. And some can't do that, because my self-trust is what they trusted in me. Then I made it as self-trust. And I always look at Baba and say, yes, Baba, you can trust me. So sacrifices are part of that. And like I was telling someone that in the evening, I don't have choice. God hasn't given me choice whether I want to be here or not, whether I want to be in this room or not. There is no choice. I have to do it. So maybe that is where He creates our fortune and helps us to settle our karmic accounts. There must be some significance that mostly you don't have choice, you have to do it. And then you do it, and then definitely it gets accomplished, right?
Mm. Mm. I know my time is up, but it is bad. I have two more, but maybe I'll ask you tomorrow. But this thing that you just said, I mean, I'm treating your life like an open book. And I'm asking you these questions because from your life, your answers, we will all learn what these words mean in relation to simple things like getting certificates from the daddies, getting certificates from the seniors. And when you say daddy trusted you, I'm immediately thinking that what did she trust in you, and what she trusted in you that you would do whatever she's asking of you in a way that you know would be according to her standards, not just your way, but you would do it the way that Baba would want you to do it and Daddy would want you to do it. And I think that's where that deep trust comes in. It's not just you're doing it, but are you doing it recognizing it's God's task? Are you doing it recognizing that it is something deeper than just accomplishing a task? And that is very beautiful.
Sometimes some of the things, when she will say you have to do it, for a few moments I can't believe, really. One time she had to go somewhere and it was some government invitation and they were sending small plane for her to go, but she was not well. So naturally same discussion happened, who should go? So they came to me, they say, you have to go. And I was not a person to jump in traveling, like, some very easy. So I said, okay, Daddy, if you want me to go, I will go, but it's quite a high profile, kind of presentation you will be able to do. So I said, okay, I will go. Once we were in Lucknow and there was the governor's program. And so who will give talk? You will do. So I said, okay, what should I say? You tell them about the new world and all that. But sometimes like the assignment she will give, but quite high profile. And it's only because she said, and I respect her, I trust her. Same is like lecture. Suddenly she will say, this one doesn't want to, you can do. And then Brother Nirval said, whenever you are told suddenly to give talk, your talks are better than your prepared talks. So they keep encouraging that whenever you are asked to represent the organization, you can't say no, right? So I think that was part of trust or training or whatever.
Thank you very much, Sister Mohini.
And thank you. Thank you for reminding me all beautiful things. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Purity, deities of manners. Royal souls who are complete with the personality of purity are called deities of manners. Sabhyata ki Devi. They're speaking, seeing, walking, eating, and drinking, standing and sitting. Manners and truth is visible through their every action. So look at yourself in the mirror of knowledge. Is this spiritual royalty and manners visible on my face and in my activity? Or is my face and activity ordinary? Understand how great the importance of purity is and become great.
The greatness of purity. Purity, deities of manners. Royal souls who are complete with the personality of purity are called deities of manners. Sabhyata ki Devi. They're speaking, seeing, walking, eating and drinking, standing and sitting. Manners and truth is visible through their every action. So, look at yourself in the mirror of knowledge. Is this spiritual royalty and manners visible on my face and in my activity? Or is my face and activity ordinary?
पवित्रता की महानता। पवित्रता सभ्यता की देवी। जो प्योरिटी की पर्सनालिटी से संपन्न रॉयल आत्माएं हैं, उन्हें सभ्यता की देवी कहा जाता है। उनका बोलना, देखना, चलना, खाना, पीना, उठना, बैठना, हर कर्म से सभ्यता और सत्यता दिखाई देती है। तो नॉलेज के दर्पण में अपने को देखो कि मेरे चेहरे पर चलन में वह रूहानी रॉयल्टी बस सभ्यता दिखाई देती है या साधारण चलन और चेहरा दिखाई देता है। ओम शांति। Om Shanti, Avakti Parivar. Thank you, Didi, and thank you, Sister Gayatri. That was wonderful, wonderful questions and wonderful chit chat. Shanti, so now let's fly to Madhuban. We are waiting and let's go. Flight is ready. Welcome to Avakti Journey, Shantivan, where lives become as valuable as diamonds.
तो जो भी आए हैं वो मधुबन के श्रृंगार।